Hello.
We're back.
Hello. Welcome to the second installment of Among Us Hamburger.
What? Is that the new name?
Among Us Hamburger. Okay, I was just
And
gonna
you guys
read.
can hear me now, so yay! You don't have to
Yeah,
try
the
to hear me.
the audio last time was scuffed because I recorded it in the most scuffed fashion. I used OBS, which is just cringe,
Is it better than BTS?
infinitely better than BTS.
Excellent.
I actually listened to BTS, like one of their songs.
My roommate last year listened to BTS a lot. John, he was a big BTS fan. I respected it. They were kind of catchy.
Yeah, you know what? Like at first I was like, that's kind of cringe, but then I'm like listening to some of their songs, like, oh shit, all
And
right.
that's actually the perfect intro. What we're talking. This is Tory.
Yeah,
What are we talking today? Tell
talking
people
about I'm talking about music,
music, music.
music. Or so like movies. I think probably more than movies. We listen to music. Like
Oh,
we
we
talk
talk
about
about
movies,
we talk
but
about music more than our liking of films. This is a we most of our discussions are around this, so they'll be fun debates.
most of our debates are around this, not really discussions.
Mhm.
We
And
usually argue.
a warning to everyone out there, Tori and I are very old school people. We're going to be talking about a lot of older music. We'll definitely talk about the newer stuff and whatever, but when we talk about like it's going to be guys from the 70s and 80s and 60s in some cases.
For sure. For sure. All right. Well, I wanted to kind of let's start with I want to kind of start with instead of we're going to talk about later, we're going to talk about who we think are our top 10 artists of all time who in our opinion. But first, we're going to talk about our personal favorites. Right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So, we both wrote down our top 5 favorite artists and songs. So, we're going to start with songs. So, Zach, why don't you tell me your number 5, your
My
fifth.
number 5. This was hard for me because obviously measuring all my love of music to 5 songs is difficult.
Exactly. It
But
was tough
I
for me
chose
too.
somewhat of a deep cut. I chose "In the Flesh" by Pink Floyd because, in my
Okay.
opinion, it has the most emotional guitar riff I have ever heard. Doesn't have a lot of lyrics. It's mostly just noise, but it's very good noise, and that's all music is. It's good noise. And so yeah, I have that at 5. And
It's
I think
good
it's a great
noise.
introduction to The Wall, which I do think is the best album of all time. It's a fantastic introduction to a great album, which since it is the first song on the album.
I have not really listened to the full album yet, but I know that song and I do
Yeah,
like that song.
telling you to listen to the full album, you're like, no, I don't have time to listen to a whole album. Blah.
Well, I'm going to the cottage this weekend, so I might just have it on as like a playlist.
Better, better.
So I'll just on the way there. Okay, so I'll do my number 5. I listened to the song a lot last year. It's "Bad Moon Rising" by Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Good choice.
It's
Quality.
it's a solid jam,
It is a solid jam. Perfect
and
single.
I think, yeah, I thought it was perfect to play during 2020
Yeah, it is.
because it was my number 1 most played song in 2020, which is hilarious because the song is about everything is going to shit,
The
which was
concept
2020.
perfect.
Exactly. All right, why don't we move on to your number 4?
Number 4, I have a song that literally last week I played it on loop and listened to it over and over again for 2 hours, and that's "Bridge Over Troubled Water" by Simon.
Hell yeah! Let's go. That's a fantastic song,
It's a sad song, but it's a
but
great song.
it's
It's a
great.
fantastic one. Sometimes you just can't stop listening to it. You're just jamming to it. It's great.
What I like about that song is like at first you listen to it, it's really quiet,
Yeah.
but by the end, that orchestral sound just like and like the I don't know who sings it. I think doesn't Art Garfunkel sing that one more?
They sing it in duet, which is most of
Yeah,
their.
yeah, but I heard his voice a bit more than that one.
Art Garfunkel, yeah, that's it. They worked kind of like our podcast. Paul Simon did all the work. He wrote all the songs, and he had a decent voice like you. Art Garfunkel just had an amazing voice, but did absolutely nothing, which is me.
Exactly. And that's actually kind of funny. Later on my list is gonna be a Paul Simon song.
Oh, oh yeah,
So
I know.
yeah.
We discussed it. I know which one it is. Okay, continue. Of
Okay, so my number 4, I put "Take It to the Limit" by the Eagles.
course you did.
Now, that is probably my personal favorite Eagles song. Just because, like, all the other ones, they have, like, a kind of a countryish vibe. That one I just put on, and I can just relax to it. It's just so, like it has such a smooth like rhythm. It's
It is.
it's a well done song. You have to admit.
It is. It is absolutely. This next song was proclaimed the greatest song of all time by one Charles Boyle on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I don't completely disagree. I have it at number 3, and that is of course Kokomo by the Beach Boys,
What the?
which is way too underappreciated. I think
I
this song is an absolute jam.
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you. Great song.
That I know that one. Just that
Great
part, I
song.
was like, I know what you're saying.
I do think Kokomo's underrated. Charles Boyle gave it some respect on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I do appreciate him for that.
Charles Boyle is a Chad,
A Chad? What is a Chad?
like a beast. I don't know. I just said
Not a Chad
words.
douche. No disrespect to the Chad we went to high school with. He was not
He's
a
a
douche.
nice Chad.
He's a nice Chad.
Charles Boyle is the nice Chad.
Nice Chad. I like it.
All right, so number 3. I'm dyslexic. Number
Are
3, I have Kodachrome by Paul Simon.
See, that's a heavy deep cut. I was talking to Tory about this. When you talk about Paul Simon, no one talks about Kodachrome. Like, it's literally a song about a dude that's getting his camera taken away from by his mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Song, but it's just catchy. And
It's
not
so catchy.
when you talk about Paul Simon's best song, no one mentions Kodachrome at all.
Most people mention "Call Me Al,"
Yeah,
which is
like,
a great song. I love
it
that song.
no one mentions the song about the man losing his camera, and you know what? They should. The man
Yeah,
was sad that he lost his camera, and I respect it.
it's a solid one. It's a solid one. All right, what is your number? Oh, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is Idolized by Josh Gad singing this in the film Pixels. That is, of course, Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears.
Oh, great. That's such a solid
Great
song.
song. It truly is an all-timer, in my opinion. And people tell me Tears for Fears isn't a one-hit wonder. I hear that from all my friends and my parents, but I literally cannot find another popular Tears for Fears song.
I don't know any other songs. I just know that one.
Neither do I. People always like Jared was telling me all the time they're not a one-hit wonder. Like, can't name another one of their songs, and this song's fucking awesome.
I'm gonna look this up. Give me a sec. I want to see if there's any other songs that have the same number of listens as that one.
Okay, go check. Because I think Tears for Fears is strongly a one-hit wonder, even though everybody gets mad at me for saying that. I think they are.
I mean, I'm looking at their list. It's like their second most listened to song is called "Shout." Okay,
Yeah.
154 million views.
Okay, that's a lot though.
And Every Once Rule the World, it's almost 600 million.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
Yeah, exactly. So Tears for Fears is a one-hit wonder, and their one hit is absolutely fantastic.
It's a fantastic song. I'm not taking that away from them for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're a number 2, sir.
Yeah. Also, Zach, this is kind of a side note. It sounds like we're kind of cutting each other out because of the recording software we're using.
Are we?
Like I can feel like whenever you talk and I talk at the same time, it cuts you out.
Oh,
I don't think it should affect the recording because it's double. It's recording both of us separately.
Okay.
But like just so we don't try to interrupt each other in the debate later.
Okay, sounds good.
So like I can hear what you're saying and you can hear what I'm saying.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I put for my number 2. Now this is one that actually changed since last time you looked at it.
Okay.
So I put you might laugh at me for a second. I put Red Swan.
What that was on your list when you showed it to me, wasn't it?
Was it? Was it? Shit. All right, never mind. Okay, so this is an opening for my favorite anime. Now, you might be like, "Oh, that's cringe," but this song is really good.
It is really good. That's the season 3 Attack on Titan intro, right?
Season 3, Part 1. Yep.
Yeah, I fully respect that. That song's freaking awesome.
I know. I remember I was telling you about. You're like, it's just an opening. And then you listen to it. You're like, holy shit!
Yeah, like I
It's
have
such a good guitar solo.
no issue at all. That song is incredible.
It's so good. It's so good.
Like, remember, people, this is not our top 5 songs of all time. This is just top 5 songs that we enjoy.
Yeah. If you want to listen to a solid a solid song, look up Red Swan by I think it's called by Yoshiki. I think that's what it's by. Let me look it up.
It's Chic Yoshi. Yoshiki. It's like Yoshi with like a gold chain and like a
Yeah,
trench coat.
Yoshiki. Yep, that's it. It's
Yoshi.
Yoshi and then Ki. That's
Or it's Rafiki and Yoshi mixed together.
yeah,
Is it what
perfect. That's the best way to
is
describe it.
it Yoshi with like a gold chain, or is it like Rafiki Yoshi?
Either one. Pick one.
Okay, I'm fine with either.
Yep, whatever. Okay, what is your number one song?
My number one song is also what I'd call the number one song of all time, not in my opinion. It was taught to me as the number one song of all time when I was just a young 3-year-old boy by my
I already
father.
know what it is, and I'm already mad.
Yes, you should be mad because Stairway to Heaven is the greatest song of all time.
Mid
And it's my favorite.
mid tier.
What did you say?
I said it's mid tier. Don't leave the call 'cause it might mess up recording.
It's not mid, sir. Stop it. How dare you call a song like that mid tier?
I think it's not terrible. I'm beginning to kind of like it, but it's not like the Second Coming of Christ.
It is, though.
It's really not.
It is, though. The only reason that Robert Plant and Jimmy Page don't say it's the greatest song they ever created is because they stole the background music of it from some crappy unknown band. But the song itself, just, I can't even describe it, sir.
I think there's another song that is in more contention as the best rock song of all time.
What's
And you know
that?
what it is? It's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's a more popular one in today's age.
Yeah, but it's more popular because it's fantastic.
It's fantastic in the same sense as Stairway to Heaven is fantastic. It's a lot of different sound. The lyrics really don't make that much sense at all, but there's something there. You know they mean something, but it's just too deep for you to understand. I feel like it's the same in both those songs.
Yeah, I'll give that credit. I think, but I'll be honest with you, it is the best Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, of course it is. Like that's not debate.
Yeah, but you have to understand, in my head, that is the best Led Zeppelin song. It's mid. Led Zeppelin is mid. That's in my head.
Oh my God, sir! You better hope there aren't people that are fans of old school rock on here. They will literally show up at your house.
I know. I'm gonna get murdered for saying this.
Say it enough to me that I'm okay with you saying it now. But like when Jared hears this, if my dad ever hears it, if your dad ever hears this,
my dad hates Led Zeppelin.
Oh my God, your dad.
My dad is the one. My dad hates it more than me.
Oh wow,
he thinks he never said he hate. He just doesn't hate it. He just doesn't like it. He doesn't like the sound either. He has the same opinion as me. But I remember last time we had this conversation, I had a conversation with my uncle, and I'm like, yeah, my friend kept saying that Stairway to Heaven is the best rock song of all time. He goes, what's wrong with that? It is. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, it is. This is like, I'm not stating a controversial opinion. This is
I'm the controversial one here.
Yes, you are.
All right. Okay, well, now let's talk about my number one, because we will get to Led Zeppelin later anyways.
Yes, we will.
Again, we're gonna probably mention it 20 separate times, and we're gonna get to my favorite band too, which is gonna cause another debate.
Yes, it will, because they're actually mid. They're actually mid.
Shut up! All right, my number one song is "Freebird" by Leonard Skinner,
which I knew, and it's a fine choice.
It's a fine choice, and I think when people hear that, they're like, "Oh yeah, I like the ending too," but I like the whole song, like the beginning, the slow jam, the slow, smooth, guitar. It's amazing. Like, I love that part too.
Problem I have with Freebird is it's in so many movies and it's played so much. It's almost been played to death. But it's a good.
I haven't seen it too much in movies. I know it has been, but for me, it hasn't been ruined.
You told me you don't listen to the radio. You really just take recommendations on Spotify. That's also a reason that it probably hasn't been overplayed for you.
Yeah, I don't listen to I don't listen to the radio that much anyways,
Yeah, exactly. So it hasn't been overplayed for you, and that's great because if Freebird wasn't overplayed for me, I'd probably love it as much as you do.
I'll be honest. There is one song that has been overplayed to death to the point I used to love the song. Now I don't like it at all, and that's "Don't Stop Believing." I know you don't like that song anyways, but
we're gonna Hotel California. But yeah, "Don't Stop Believing" as well.
No, Hotel California I haven't heard that much, but "Don't Stop Believing" because I've heard "Don't Stop Believing" in movies.
Yeah.
That's in movies all the time.
I know. I tell this to a lot of people. I despise Journey. I think Journey. I used to say Journey only has one good song. They have two good songs. Separate Ways is a good song, and Any Way You Want It is a good song.
Those
Every
are yeah.
I've ever heard by Journey is either mid or terrible, and the reason I despise them is I saw them in concert like I want to say 4 years ago, and they spent like 45 minutes just redoing the same guitar solo in between songs over and over again. I literally wanted to leave. They were.
I'll be honest.
I despise Journey. I fully despise Journey.
In the 80s or 90s, I can't remember. My dad went to see a Journey concert. He says the same thing.
Yeah,
He doesn't like Journey after that.
they're so self-indulgent. I hate it. I hate it. It
Yeah, they
was
have
not.
good music, but they act like it's like amazing. It's like
They
it's good,
have
but
good songs. I don't even think, even before it was overplayed, I didn't even think "Don't Stop Believing" was a good song. It kind of annoyed me.
I'm really liking Separate Ways though. Like once you showed me that one, it was really good.
That's a good song, and Any Way You Want It, if it's not overplayed, because that song gets played a lot. If you don't hear it a lot, it's a good song.
Yeah, but for me, I don't listen to the radio. When I did, you know what song I like? I think the radio absolutely not didn't even kill it. It like murdered. It murdered the song,
What's that?
and that was what's the song? What's I think it's um what's it called? I think it's One Republic. I think it's Counting Stars, right?
Oh,
I know.
uh, they kill every song that's produced. Since 2005, any song that's really good that gets produced gets killed on the radio because radio stations
Yeah.
play 6 songs now.
I remember when that song came out, I liked it. They played it. Whenever on Saturday I used to go for a drive with my dad, like every Saturday for something,
Yeah,
right? And I would hear that song about 5 times there, 5 times back.
yeah. That's what people do on the radio now. When a song's a number one hit, they'll play it. They'll have 6 songs they'll play, and they'll just play those in a random order for like 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
they'll have a new single. It's just that's how the radio works now. It's annoying. I hate it, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, so let's hop over to our top 5 artists.
Oh,
Okay?
it's still
This will
not
probably be a little
my
more of a deeper
five
conversation.
opinion.
In our
This is
opinion, again, this is our opinion. This is
yes,
not who we think top 5 artists of all time. Our top 5 personal favorites.
yes.
Okay, so why don't you start again with your number
Uh,
5?
my number five is actually the same as my song number five. It's the same band that produced that song. They did have I probably 6 straight of some absolutely terrible albums. They also produced probably the worst song I've ever heard of all time.
Pink Floyd. Oh yeah.
However, yes, however, they also have probably they definitely have, in my opinion, the best album of all time, and they have another one that I think is easily top five. And yes, it is Pink Floyd. And The
I'll be
Wall,
honest with you.
Dark Side of the Moon are both top five albums for me, and that's enough to put them in the top five for me.
I'll be
Even if
honest with you. I
it was,
think the yeah,
go
exactly.
on.
But I think oh sorry, I was it's hard to tell because it keeps cutting out weird for
Mhm.
me. But what I like about I think every big famous band always has their high highs and low lows.
Yeah, Pink Floyd's different though. Their highs were really freaking high, and their lows were like they reached a low that most bands never see.
I
Like
know, but
all
like
people
literally,
listen to this. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go on the internet. I want you to look up several species of small furry animals trapped in a cave and grooving with a pick. That was a song that was on their first album, which was called Gumma, and it's the worst song I've ever heard. I don't consider it music. It's
it's
I don't know what it
it's
is.
it's shitty. I'll be
It's
honest. What
season
I
under.
was
It's something else. I don't know what to do. Look it up. Everyone's listening. Stop the
yeah,
podcast, look it up, and come back.
yeah, pause it right now and like come back and let's do it.
Full name: several species of small furry animals trapped in a cave and grooving with a pick. Have fun. It's
It's
9 minutes
shit.
long. Don't listen to the whole thing.
Just cut to random points in the song and just that's all you need to hear.
No, but early Pink Floyd was really good. But not even that. They had a song on their second album called Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast, where they like literally recorded the sound of like someone's morning routine. Like they had like him eating cereal, then they had a recording of him pissing, and then they had play a little music in between, and then they just play his morning routine again. Like there's literally the sound of a guy peeing in the toilet for like 2 minutes in that song.
I think they were trying to go for like a very unique type of music, but way too unique for anyone to even enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think they realized that
Oh, and they're
early
like,
enough.
oh, so these people are geniuses.
Yeah, and then they started like, hey, let's actually make good music, and then they destroyed it, and they're like, what the?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, we're good at this.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so my I don't know what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something earlier. Like I was saying, like a lot of bands have their high highs and low lows. I think that band is the most like different between their lows and the highs. But I
Yeah.
was thinking of like the Beatles have like amazing songs. They also have Yellow Submarine. You're like, what?
Yellow Submarine isn't their low, so though, sir. They have much lower songs than Yellow
I know
Submarine.
they do, but like that, it's like, come on. Like what's the other one? The Walrus.
That is a song the Beatles have. Oh, you know what? No, the low of the Beatles isn't me, Miss. It's Revolution 9. That's
Yes,
the if you the another okay. If you guys want to do this again, you want to listen to a horrible song, go look up Revolution 9 by the Beatles because that
by the
is
Beatles.
by the
Remember,
it is it is close to Several Species. I'm not gonna say the full name again. That song, it's close.
yeah, but I want you to understand because I think Pink Floyd, like some people know it, some people don't. This Revolution number 9 is by the Beatles.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Beatles.
Uh,
Keep that in mind as you listen to it. All right, my number 5. Well, I was also gonna mention Queen with Bicycle Race and I'm in Love with My Car.
I think I'm in love with my cars that bad. I kind of jammed to it.
I know, but it's like Bicycle Race kind of sucks.
Bicycle Race kind of, but like Revolution 9, and I'm not gonna say the full title again. It's too long. Pink Floyd song. It's not music. I don't even know what the hell they're doing. It sounds like they're strung out from acid and they're screaming in a mic.
It's Pink Floyd Animal Screech. That's what
Yeah,
we're gonna call it.
Pink Floyd Animal Screech. We'll call it that.
All right, okay. So I'm gonna talk about my number 5. Now this is the only one on my list that's actually one singular artist on my top 5 personal artists, and that
Mhm.
is Bruce Springsteen.
Great choice. The
Great
Boss.
choice. The Boss. He something about his voice just like hmm, that was sus. That was really sus.
Sounded incredibly.
It's his voice is just so like creamy. It's the best way to put it. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
there are children that listen to this.
But no, I'm not saying that in a weird way. It's like smooth. That's what I mean.
Oh, the
I
children.
didn't mean that in the weird way.
The
Children,
children.
close your ears.
Oh, the children. All right.
Okay, wait. I want to talk about
Boss
a little
there.
bit more though.
The Boss is a fine choice.
Yes, I really like a lot of people. I'm trying to think of the songs that I really like. I really like Dancing in the Dark. That one's probably my favorite.
Good song.
It like but it doesn't really sound like Bruce Springsteen. But it's a little different than his other ones. I
Yeah, he has
really love.
a specific sound. That's one of the reasons I don't have Springsteen high. He didn't really experiment. He kind of had a specific sound. And he went
Yeah,
with
but
songs with that.
I think you gotta like. But I mean, if you like that sound, you love that sound. Like
Yeah,
that's.
absolutely, absolutely.
I think I also really like Born in the USA, which okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people hear that and in today's like political climate and be like, "Oh, it's just a pro USA song." It's not pro America. It is
So
the most anti-Vietnam song in the world. If you
it's an
listen to lyrics.
Springsteen was a hippie. He was
Yeah.
born in the USA. Fuck the USA. That's what.
That's the song's
Oh,
about. I was born in this shitty place. Like that's what the song's about.
yes,
But you know what I mean? I think people get the impression that's like a pro patriotic America song.
yeah,
But it's not. It is not all like that. It is about how America screwed the Vietnam vets.
indeed, indeed.
But a
All
great song. All
right,
right,
next
you're
up,
up.
number 4. This is again a lone artist for me, similar to Tory's, who up until probably 2 decades ago was the most prized man of the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit, and that is Mr. Bob Seger. You have every song I've heard, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever heard a song by Bob Seger I dislike.
Working on night moves.
Like every time I hear a deep
Great
cut by
song.
Seger, I enjoy it. Like I just enjoy everything about Bob. He's just a good man, and he's one of the only artists where I can sing the entirety of more than one of his songs. I
Oh,
know all
really?
of the page, and I know all of old time rock and roll, which is probably his 2 most popular songs. But
Do
I
you know
do know.
night moves?
I know the chorus, like everyone does. Working on your night moves.
Trying to make some front page driving news.
We're working on the night moves. Yeah, great song.
Zach,
Great song.
stop singing. We're gonna get flagged on YouTube for being too close.
Oh, we can get flagged.
No, I was making a joke because we like that we sound like him, but we don't because we're shit.
Oh, I got what you mean. The joke went right over my head. I apologize.
Excellent. Okay, so now I'll do my number 4, which I think you are gonna enjoy this one because I know you really like this band. It is Electric Light Orchestra.
Great choice. A
Solid
very
choice.
Jeff Lynne is truly one of the musical I think he's a very underrated musical genius. Jeff Lynne.
Hmm.
He was the first person that not only created songs using a full orchestra, he created multiple albums and an entire band on the basis of using a full orchestra. It's very impressive.
Yeah, and the orchestra really okay, I'll be honest with you. Out of their songs, I'm kind of I'm not a huge fan of Mr. Blue Sky. I like this song a lot, but all the other ones, like that one, he has a bit of orchestra at the beginning, a rock song, and then orchestra at the end.
Yeah.
All the other ones, he incorporates the orchestra into the music, and it sounds so unique.
It's amazing. Violins and trumpets and freaking cellos, all of it. He puts it all into rock music. It's
I think
incredible.
the best one for that, like that kind of combines it, is probably "Living Thing."
Oh yeah.
Like that
Oh,
one, it feels like it's like orchestral rock music and like a little bit of operatic. It's really weird.
yeah, but it's great. He's truly a musical genius.
It's a really weird type of music. So like I definitely recommend you listening to it, but it's definitely not for everyone. It's a very unique type of music. Like nothing that I've heard before.
Yeah, they're very unique. And we're gonna do my next one quick, because my number 3 is also Electric Light Orchestra.
Hey, let's go. I knew we'd both share that one
Yeah,
because we're
both
both
have on there. We
you
both have.
liked ELO before me, but then I really got into it. I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
this is good.
they're,
This is
they're
good.
quite quality. They are. We knew we'd both have them.
Yeah, for sure. All right, my next one. Number 3, Ninja Sex Party, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I knew it would be there. Tory had a debate with a friend if he was allowed to consider them a favorite band since they are a parody band. It's like having Weird Al in your top 5.
Yeah,
But
but it's still a band. You still like them.
yeah, it's true. It's true. If I was
And I
making
love their cover albums too. They did cover.
yeah.
They did a cover Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Oh, did they?
And it's dope.
Good for them. I'm proud of them.
It's great. Oh, so let me talk about this band a bit because
You have the floor,
I
sir.
want to discuss this band a lot because I love this band. So okay, so it's these two guys. Okay, one of them is this guy named Dan Avedon. He's tall and he has big puffy hair, and he's Jewish. That's all you really need to know about him at this point. But he decided he wanted to do comedy and music, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll do it together." So if you know like what is it? Lonely Island, like or Steel Panther, that
Yeah.
kind of music. It's like comedy music, right? And he got together with this one guy who he basically dresses up as a ninja for the band, and he's also a quantum physicist, or he's like actually has a degree in physics.
So very wise man.
Very wise man, but and they do songs about butts and stuff, and it's funny. Not all butts. Like I want to give that credit. They actually have some pretty funny jokes in their songs.
I
But
fully respect it, sir.
what?
I said I fully respect it.
Yeah, it's a solid band. And it's very like they do a lot of some raunchy jokes and stuff. But I don't know. I just like and for me, it's not really the jokes that they make, but they actually have they're actually like the main guy's a really good singer. They'll play their own instruments, and they have like their band is like themed like 80s music. It's
Impressive.
like it's already like the music sounds good. Like for a big fan of the 70s and 80s, like I dig it. I dig it a lot.
All
I
right.
actually went to a concert over the COVID because they did like a virtual concert. It was so cool.
I respect it, sir.
Okay, what's your number 2?
My number 2. Now, people typically think this is my number 1, but I put them at number 2 because I need to give credit to someone else. Number 1 we'll discuss later. So at number 2 I have the Beatles, who
Good choice.
they're just the Beatles.
Nothing needs to be said.
Now, yeah, exactly. We don't need to talk about this like we did the other ones. It's the Beatles.
It's the Beatles. We all know these guys. We all know who they are.
Yes, we do. Next one.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the Beatles, like when I was a kid, before I even listened to music, do you remember do you remember Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yeah.
Okay, I got one of the the do it yourself version.
Oh my god, yes, I had that too.
I had that, and in it you had to put down like your favorite things. And for artists and for like band, I put the Beatles. I knew nothing about the Beatles
Yeah, because
except that
not
the Beatles.
synonymous with music almost, or they might not be anymore, but in that time they were.
I know, but like when I heard like that was the only band I knew. It was the Beatles. I heard they were big, they were like huge. So I just put it because I was a dumb kid and I just like Beatles.
Yeah,
Beatles.
and
That's a band that I could think of.
yeah, I agree, sir. All right, what is your number two?
My number two is, I mean, I don't think there's anyone who can disagree with me on this one of how good this band is.
Let's hear it.
Queen.
No one will. If they do, I will kick them in the nuts.
Yeah,
Or
Queen. And again, I think Queen is like the Beatles. Nothing really needs to be said about them. It's
yeah, I
Queen.
agree. I agree. Freddie was a fantastic frontman, and the
Freddie was fantastic
perm,
frontman. Brian May is like a god on the guitar.
the perm is better than
No,
this.
he's a good guitarist. He's a really good
He's a
guitarist.
good guitarist, for sure. But you don't go see the Queen for Brian May. You go see it because
You
the
go
song
see it for
is
Freddie.
Freddie, and obviously Freddie.
That's. I remember I had a conversation with my dad. I think if you divide up Queen, Freddie is 80% of the band.
Yes, absolutely. Implicitly, Brian May on his own would be nothing. Brian May is not an all-time guitarist or a
I
top.
would say how it would go for me is that Freddie's 80%, Brian May is 10%, the other two guys are 5 and 5.
Yeah, I don't
Like I
think
mean,
Brian's an all-time musician though. I really don't.
yeah, well, that's why I'm like 5 and 5, 5%, 5%.
Yeah, for sure.
And like John Deacon just kind of was, there.
The other two are just there. Brian May's talked about because of the perm more than the skills. I think the
Yeah,
perm
but
does.
I mean, I think the
He has
combination
top
of
five perm of all time. I
but
will
I think
agree that.
yeah, I agree. But I think the combination of his guitar things and Freddie's vocals is just like that's pretty good.
I think I see Brian May how I kind of see Ringo on the drums for the Beatles. Like it's very replaceable with a good musician.
Yeah. All
Like
right, what is
not a
okay,
legend,
yeah,
but
not yeah, I agree though.
hmm.
Who is your number 1, Zach?
My number one. I don't talk about these two men enough, but we spoke about them earlier, and I think they are my number one because I will listen to any of their songs at any time. And that is Simon and Garfunkel. Well,
Really?
epitomize me and Tori on our podcast, as Tori does all the work and I do nothing.
Really?
Yes, really.
I mean, I'm not mad. They're amazing. They're amazing. That's your number 1?
Yes. I
We
know
need to talk more. We need to talk about them more.
Yeah, we don't talk about them enough, so I knew you wouldn't expect it to be my number one. But if you told me I could only listen to one band or one group of people that produce music for the rest of my life, I think I would choose Simon and
Dude,
Garfunkel.
I would put Simon and Garfunkel is probably like number 6 on my list. Like they're pretty high up.
Yeah, they are absolutely.
They're amazing. I mean, okay, I'm not as big a fan of Bridge Over Troubled Water. I like that song a lot, but I love Cecilia. That's
It's a
that's one
very.
of my favorites.
There's every song that you can name by Simon and Garfunkel. My response is going to be that's a very good song.
Okay,
Like,
how do you feel about
oh,
Scarborough Fair?
what's that?
How do you feel about Scarborough Fair?
I have never even heard of this song.
The one where they sing about like parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
I do.
You
I
know
have.
that one? That one's hilariously dumb.
I have never heard of this song. I will have to look it up post podcast.
It's pretty dumb. I think it's on the same level of dumb as like Bicycle Race, but I mean, some
Oh, okay.
people like it.
Then
Some
maybe
people
it's
like
their.
it, but it's one of those bands like Bicycle Race is pretty unanimously stupid. Scarborough Fair is like 50% of people say it's an amazing song. 50% of people say like that was the dumbest thing. It's dumb but enjoyable. That's what I think about it.
Fair enough, sir.
Like Bicycle Race. I like the song, but it's such a dumb song. But yes, listen to that one.
Yes. All right, sir. What I already know your number one. Put it out in the world, and
My number 1 favorite band of all time is the
Man.
Eagles. And Zach knows that for like 'cause I don't shut up about them ever.
Yes, that is a fact. Like that is
I
more than factual. Tory, in my opinion, overrates the Eagles more than anything else in the world.
shut up.
It's kind of funny. You overrate Eagles the band, and I have a friend that overrates Eagles the football team. The Eagles get over no matter where they are.
You just want to kill an eagle now.
Maybe, but
I wanna find out you meet someone who just overhypes the bird.
she overhypes the bird. Oh my god, the bird's just amazing.
Dude, eagles are the best bird of all time.
They just have the best wings of any other bird of all time. That beak, oh my god, just incredible.
I mean, the eagles are pretty dope though. You can't
Yes, the Eagles are a fine band, sir.
they're a fine band, but I would like to talk a little bit about them because I mean they're my number one favorite band.
Talk
I
as
wanna
and I will cut in when I feel necessary.
okay, their sound is nice. It's really nice sound. Now I'll be honest with you. I am not a fan of country music at all, but they have this just a little bit of it, just a little twang, and I don't know. Sounds pretty good. They kind of have songs that are like heavier rock,
They're folk rock.
yeah. But they have one they have a God, what Life in the Fast Lane or Victim of Love. Those are like more like hard rock, right? And then they
Yeah,
have like this
I
country-ish.
heard some country and life in the fast lane, though.
But they're more rock focused.
Yeah, I suppose.
But then they have country songs like "Take It Easy," peace. What else is there? "Take It Easy,"
Desperate.
"Lion Eyes," "Desperado."
Yeah.
Those are like the more country songs. And then they have another type of song, which is I kind of categorize it. I don't really know what the name of it is. I call it Margaritaville because it reminds me of the song Margaritaville.
What the Jimmy Buffett
Yeah,
song?
like Tequila Sunrise,
Oh,
New Kid in Town. You know that kind of sound?
yeah, yeah, like kind of like a ukulele sound. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I call it Margaritaville because it's just
That's
it's
the title for it. I kind of epitomize that sound with
well
that.
because there's actually a radio station in Florida called Margaritaville, and they play songs like that.
Jimmy Buffett really got his due out of one song.
Yeah, I know. There's a radio station in Florida that's huge called Margaritaville, and that's all they talk about. Songs like that kind of have the Jimmy Buffett relaxation kind of sound.
I was just fidgeting with a card randomly, and I just realized it's my student card, and I totally bent it in half now. Anyway, that was random. Anyway,
That was interesting. Yeah, so that was my top 5. And I mean they're all great bands. It's hard to rank. It was hard to rank them. It was really
it was
hard.
difficult to cut it to 5 of that. This is just the ones that we like.
Yep. Okay. So, now that we have the peaceful discussion out of the way,
Now it's time for us to get debating and start yelling at each other over stuff because now
so we have
debatable
the
list.
top 10. You say it.
This is not top 10 of our favorites like we did last time. We just did top 5 artists that we just like to listen to. This is the top 10 artists of all time, not in our opinions. This is what we believe are the best musicians or musical groups to exist. We are considering statistical evidence. We are considering the quality of song and how
A
much
little bit of our opinion.
very small portion of this.
Is our opinion. Very small portion.
Very
All
small
right.
portion.
Who
All right.
Okay, let's start. Who is your number 10 of artists of all time?
Number 10 is not someone I listen to, basically ever. But this man's influence cannot be denied. He is
Okay.
he's basically said to have created a genre or being the most popular man of a genre. So my number 10 is Tupac.
Oh.
And yeah,
Not who I was expecting.
the top 10 musicians of all time is Tupac. Because even though I despise rap with absolutely every morsel of my being, him being the most influential man in a genre and being credited by some in creating the genre
I'll be honest with you.
needs its due. So I have Tupac as number 10.
I'll be honest with you. You basically described Chuck Berry
Yes, I did.
too. So I thought you were gonna go Chuck Berry. I'm like, wait, Tupac. You don't like rap though.
I actually didn't put Chuck Berry on my top 10 because no one listening to this is going to know who the hell Chuck Berry is.
He's in my top 10.
Yeah, most people won't know who the hell Chuck Berry is. But Chuck Berry could be tied for 10 because Chuck Berry and Tupac, I think, have very similar credentials.
Yeah, but I think Chuck Berry deserves more credit than he has.
I do agree.
Absolutely.
If I had to slightly adjust, my 10 could be tied Tupac and Chuck Berry because they did. But
cool.
yes, you're 10 now, sir.
Okay, my number 10. Again, I personally don't listen to this guy, but I can't deny his influence. But I think he has a little too much, You know that like they have that almost like idolization of like it's like there's too much of that with this guy. I put Elvis Presley
What do you mean he's too idolized?
because he's
What do you mean?
idolized as like the first rock musician and it overshadows Chuck Berry. That's my only little
Not
qualm
the
with
first
him.
rock musician. I don't mean to sound a little controversial, but in that time, he was the first white rock musician. So he
Yes,
was
but I'm not saying okay. I'm not saying I personally just don't listen to him, and I'm not saying he was a bad musician at all. Like he was, I mean, he wasn't amazing. He was just a good musician.
You know
Um,
what? I respect it. I don't have Elvis on my top 10 at all because
for me with Elvis, my main thing with Elvis is that he's a great musician, and it's not him that was. It was the recording companies that basically Chuck Berry was huge, but because he was black, he
yeah,
had a
in the
lot of
era when that
issues.
was yeah, it's because of the era it came out, which is
Yeah,
a shame.
which is a shame. It's a total shame. I remember I was reading something about him that during in his big first song, which is Maybelline, that Chuck Berry's big first song,
Yeah,
they did not give him credit for writing the song, his own song.
that's a shame.
He had to take it to court and eventually got it back. Even though it gave it credit to people who did nothing to write it. They were just people who worked with him.
Hmm. That is a damn
Just
shame.
the two
But
white
yeah,
people that worked with him.
we're talking to the Mr. Kevin Tebbins in grade 10 about this exact subject. We were
Oh,
talking about
really?
how Barry was the creator of rock and roll, and Kevin Tebbins said, no, it was Elvis. And then when he said, okay, but Elvis perfected it. And I'm like, no, I
Oh,
don't.
shut up.
Yeah, I don't think that's right either.
Elvis just did rock and roll.
Yeah,
I think Chuck Berry, like, how do you listen to Roll Over Beethoven and not be like, that's pretty perfect? That's not perfect. Like, it's
yeah,
pretty perfect for a start of rock and roll. That guitar, like the start of it, it's like, oh my god, bro,
yeah, I agree. I
it's
agree.
so nice.
Yeah, honestly, I have more of a problem with you including Elvis on your top 10 at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think as much as I like him, you have to admit he deserves some credit. He's Elvis,
He has
right?
name value. I don't know if he has much more than that. So, like,
That's
I
what I think. Yeah, no, but
no,
that's
no.
what I want to give him. I think he has so much name value that I think he needs to be mentioned.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, what is your number 9?
My number 9, another one I don't listen to too much. I do listen to him, and he is very influential in a different genre in an era. Really, I don't really listen to much. So my number 9 is Ray Charles,
Okay.
which I don't think it's a bad choice. I
Well,
I don't again I don't really know what to call his genre because he was kind of before rock and roll. So,
I don't
but
really know Ray Charles that
that
much, so I
that
can't
kind of
really.
almost raspy kind of blues noise.
Okay, I can kind of picture it. That's not bad
Yeah,
though.
I think Ray Charles deserves to be mentioned in the greatest musicians of all time. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I know this is completely sidetracked. You need to listen to Gary U.S. Bonds.
Who? Whom?
Gary Gary U.S. Bonds. He has the same kind of sound, and he was like just a little bit before Chuck Berry, but like it I don't know. It really has that like nice like. He's a great. His songs are really cool sounding.
Okay.
I'll actually put it in the
I go to-
Discord right now, just so you remember, because it's actually really good. My dad showed it to me, and my dad has a pretty good music taste, so
He does.
he's the one who showed me Kodachrome.
Oh, respect to him. Like that is a deep cut song. Like we already spoke about this. That is a deep cut song.
He's the one who actually introduced me to Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh wow.
This is the one song you should listen to, and this one.
All right. Noted. All right. Continue, sir.
Okay,
Your time.
now my number 9. Now, okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm a little biased because I put mostly rock musicians on mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I don't know. And it's not like I don't know. I just don't know a lot of other musicians. And I'm not saying if I knew more, I bet I would put them on the list. But
Yes.
these are the ones that I know, and I can consistently say that I can make a decision about where I think they deserve to be. So I put Leonard Skinner
Really?
because
I can't
I
respect that. Sir. What the hell?
shut up. Let me talk. Let me talk. I think that Freebird, the guitar solo in that, is one of the best things to come out of rock and roll. That's just my only thing.
So wait, you calling them a top 10 band of all time for a singular guitar solo?
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking cool guitar solo. And
Sure.
also, I
You
mean,
have
Sweet Home
a
Alabama is
problem with
great
that
too.
logic, though.
I know it's shut up. Okay, you know what?
No,
I don't have to give you my reasonings.
You do, sir. Yes, you do. This is not an opinion piece. You absolutely do need
Well,
to
you know what?
consider.
I think they're a really good rock band. You know what? I actually don't know why I put them on this list now that I'm thinking about it. I actually couldn't think
That
of
makes
anyone
no
else to
sense.
put on it though.
Like putting the Kinks on here. What the fuck?
Shout out, hey, the Kinks are pretty good.
Yes, they are, but
You know, I might want to rethink it, but I don't know. I think they're a pretty good band. I think they're pretty.
yeah,
They have
they're
a good sound.
like
I
I said,
also like
a
Tuesday's Gone.
fine band, but like Leonard Skinner. Okay.
You're really mad at me about this one.
I'm not mad. I just think that's kind of stupid, but whatever. Okay.
Let me look at my list of songs. Let me think if I can think of a better one.
You don't have to think of a better one. Keep going. No, you go with the list you have, sir.
Maybe CCR would be up there because of the
No,
one song.
sir,
But
sir. Go with the list you have. You do not change. This is
fine,
meant to be yelled. You are meant to be yelled at for yours, and I am meant to be yelled at for mine.
good, okay, okay. Okay. What is your number 8?
My number 8, we discussed him earlier as a true musical genius. I have Jeff Lynne because just
Okay,
authoring ELO, also being part of the greatest supergroup, the Traveling Wilburys, and being a great solo musician on his own. I think
okay.
Jeff Lynne absolutely deserves credit as a top 10 musician.
You know what? I can't argue with that. That's a solid. I'm
Thanks.
not a person that will unless I know the band, I will not really argue like
All right.
that. I mean, I know ELO, but I don't really know Jeff Lynne that like well.
Yeah, like on his own career, you just know that portion of it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so for my number 8, I put Pink Floyd.
Respectable. That's kind of low, but
Respectable.
respectable.
I put it kind of low because I'm not the biggest fan of Pink Floyd. I think their songs are great, but I'm not the biggest fan of Pink Floyd. That's
Fair
like
enough.
my only
All,
thing.
Pink Floyd, similar to Bruce Springsteen, all their hit songs have kind of a specific sound. They all sound really dark, like they're almost strung out, and
Yeah,
just all there's like if you were to list to go like take a hit of weed and then just listen to whatever any Pink Floyd song, you probably feel great. That's
yeah,
kind of what Pink Floyd sound is, and all of their songs are a little similar.
yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. Like, go back to Leonard Skinner on the list. I know you don't like that, but for some reason, I just feel like those 2 songs that they did were just really good songs. That's basically my only reason why they're on the list. Like, just
That's
really
like
good.
me putting Rick Astley on here saying, you know what? I just love.
Yeah, no, that's one song. This is 2
He has another one. I forgot the name of it now, though. He has
unimportant
another one
songs,
that's really popular. That's yeah. It's
but
like me
it's not the meme one.
saying, you know what? I just like Tainted Love a lot. That's an
Uh,
opinion one.
No, Leonard Skinner. Yeah, but no, Leonard Skinner's guitar solo is one of the best guitar solos of all time. Probably
Uh,
up there.
uh,
It's a great.
I'm not
You
gonna
can't
say
say
it's
it's
not
bad.
great, but one of the best of all time.
I think it is.
Uh, okay,
Okay, well, whatever.
okay,
Let's agree to disagree.
all right, fair enough.
Okay,
Fair,
well, back to Pink Floyd. Like, I mean, I do like some of their music, but it's not my go-to. That's what I'll say.
fair enough.
Okay, who is your number 7?
Oh shit! I just realized I forgot to put Pink Floyd in my top 10. But we have to. Yeah, we forgot. We have to go with the list we have. So we're moving on with it.
I'm a bigger Pink Floyd fan than you.
Okay, but number 7, I have the man that isn't the greatest guitarist of all time, but he's currently the greatest guitarist still alive, and that's Carlos Santana.
Okay, you know what? Solid. That's a solid choice. That's a
Thank you.
solid choice.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Because he's not the greatest guitarist of all time. That man is later on my list, and he's a consensus.
But he's dead.
But, yes, he's dead. And And the greatest guitarist in their prime that's still alive is Eric Clapton, but the man has arthritis in his hands now, so he is no longer as good. So the greatest guitarist currently alive is Carlos Santana. And I think he has more quality music than Eric Clapton, because outside of the Eric Clapton's 4 songs about how he stole his best friend's wife, fell in love with her, got addicted to cocaine, and then she left him, outside of that 4, I don't really love Eric Clapton.
I
So
love that shit. It's so
it's
funny.
hilarious. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about after the top 10. We'll talk about Clapton a little bit.
Yes, because we need to talk about who his best friend was, and that's even better.
Yes. All right. We will move. We will go to your number 7 now, sir.
Okay, again, a band you like.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Rush.
That is. I like Rush, but I don't like. Why top 10 bands of all time?
I think Rush has a.
Sure,
I think Rush is really good. One of the best drummers of all time.
But in the top 10 of all time.
Yeah, I think they're one of the best drummers of all time.
Well,
and I
yeah,
think he
absolutely.
deserves credit.
Neil
Limelight is a great song. Tom Sawyer is a great song. They all have like really good. Their music is so good. It's so good.
You know
And you're
what?
gonna
Putting them in the top 10 for the sake of Neil Peart, I can respect.
yes,
Because I think there are 3 all-time drummers that ever existed.
yes, I
Neil
know.
Peart, Keith Moon, and John Bonham, all of which are dead now. But
You know what? I realized I didn't put the Who on the list, and now I'm upset.
fuck, neither did I.
Shit, they're actually. I
We
forgot about
didn't
the
put enough
Who.
on these.
I
But
think I think we should have made way more effort into these lists.
we
These
should
lists suck.
put more time to think about these. But regardless,
Fuck,
we know
dude.
we have.
I can't believe I forgot the Who.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's okay. Yes, but the Who are great.
Okay, who's your number number
Great?
6, I believe?
Sorry, wait. Who's great?
Who?
Who's great?
Who?
Who?
Who's on third?
Thank you. Okay. Are we doing number 6 now?
Yes.
Number 6. Realizing I think I put him way too high, but I love him, and I have Bob Seger at number 6.
Oh, fuck you.
I love him.
It's good, but come on, number 6
Yes, I
of
know.
all time? No.
No, I thought, you know what? No, I'll defend this.
Okay,
Bob
go for
Seger
it.
is absolutely an all-time musician. He's one of the only musicians that literally had an entire state behind him. There was a 2-decade
That's
period
fair.
where people talked about Michigan and like, oh yeah, Bob Seger. Detroit, oh yeah, yeah. Of course now Eminem is the talk now or whatever. But yeah, Bob Seger is literally one of the only people that had an entire group of people in a specific area, like a whole city, that defined themselves by him.
Now, I'll be honest, I get that, but
I love
the city's Detroit. The city's Detroit. That's just
Yes,
that's a little bit of like a okay.
Well, so what? What, you disrespect house start?
I'm kidding. Detroit has a terrible football team.
Yes, but musicians because they birthed Bob Seger.
England Fry.
And did they?
Yeah, he's from Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get you upset. Just
He didn't get me upset. Glenn Fry's a fine musician. I just hate how much you overrate them. We'll get to that.
I don't overrate them. I like them a lot. That's just my favorite band. That's why I talk about them.
Next.
Okay, next I put number 6 as I put Led Zeppelin.
Number 6? Sir.
Zach, you have to understand, I'm not a fan of Led Zeppelin.
It doesn't matter that you're not a fan, sir. You just put possibly the greatest band of all time at freaking 6. Sir.
Okay.
Sir.
What?
That's not okay. That's not okay.
I think it's okay.
It's not okay. Defend putting them this low.
They're just mid-tier musicians. Don't leave. We're gonna mess up the recording.
Goodbye. Oh my god, no, I can't leave because we have to finish that.
I mean, okay, but you have to at least give me credit that I actually put them on the list.
No, I don't have to give you credit. You put them on it's the top 10 bands of all time.
I know, I don't like them. I thought you'd be shocked they're even on the list.
Sir, I would crucify you if they weren't on the list. I'll just yell at you that you put them at number 6.
You didn't put Pink Floyd on the list. Shut up.
I'm fucking stupid. It's not because I didn't. That's because I forgot about them.
You know what? I'm sorry. I gave them. I'll be honest with you. They were a lot lower before. I brought them up because I was like thinking about it.
Lower before.
I put Leonard Skinner above them at one point.
Now oh my god. I want you to walk up
Zach is
any
upset.
man over the age of 40 and tell them Leonard Skinner is a better band than Led Zeppelin.
I changed that because I realized Leonard Skinner's kind of shit compared to it. I changed that because I realized. But yeah, I don't know. Number 6, Led Zeppelin. That is the official tier list of the world. No one can disagree with me. Okay, Zach.
What?
Let's move on so you don't kill me later.
Number 5.
You're already gonna kill me.
I have the man that's now dead that is the greatest guitarist of all time, and that is Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Obviously deserves his due credit.
Zach sounds really mad at me right now.
I am. But I am continuing. Jimi Hendrix, number 5. And I will defend it because he's freaking awesome. That is my
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Yes.
Okay, number 5.
Yes.
I put the Rolling Stones
Great choice. Fantastic.
above Led Zeppelin.
See, I would be okay with that if that was 2 and 3 instead of 5 and 6.
No.
I can stand an argument for putting the Rolling Stones over Led Zeppelin. That's not crazy. Putting them at 5 and 6 is kind of nuts. I'm not as upset you dropped the Rolling Stones this far, because one thing I do have with the Rolling Stones is literally every song is about sex, which
I mean, they're great. They're great band.
they're great though, yeah. Even the ones you don't think are about sex, they just say something about sex. They're like, oh, I guess it is. Like Beast of Burden started. This isn't about sex, and then Mick, I just want to make sweet love to you. I'm like, okay, I guess it is about sex.
I mean, Mick Jagger just likes sex.
Yeah.
That's just all we can say. He's got the moves like Jagger. All right, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is a band that I kind of feel doesn't get enough credit anymore, because they do have what is a consensus considered a top 3 album of all time. And in my top 5, they did have a top 3 song of all time. And Charles Boyle agrees that they have the best rock song of all time. That is the Beach Boys.
Okay. You know what? I'll grant them that they have a really good sound. Wait, okay. I just want to ask, like, I don't want to sound like I don't know music, but did they sing? Well, let me just look it up. Let me just look it up, just so I don't make a mistake and then you yell at me again.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, okay, they did sing "Wouldn't It Be Nice." Okay, I just want to check before I made like a dumb mistake. They did sing it.
They did.
I like that song. I like that song a lot.
They have a lot of great songs. They have a kind of thing I lack with. I give bands a little bit of flack for. Their sound in a lot of songs is really similar, but they're great. I love the Beach Boys, and Pet Sounds is undeniably probably a top 2 album of all time.
Okay. All right. Would you like me to do my number 4?
Yes, I would like you to do your number 4.
Okay, before we say my number 4, I want to give everyone watching a warning, for like a volume warning. Okay?
Why?
Because
what did you put at number
after
4?
I say this, Zach is going to yell at me a lot.
Oh, what did you put at number 4, sir?
And I want to warn you that this will be very loud, so be warned. Okay, number 4, which I put above Elvis Presley, Pink Floyd, Rush, Led Zeppelin, and the Rolling Stones, is the Eagles.
You know what? I could yell at you. I really could. There's a lot of things I could yell at you about. The fact that you put a band that, not in my opinion, is kind of mid. Because Don Henley, all the guys that have been Eagles, Glenn Frey, they're all fine musicians. You just called them better musicians than Robert Plant, than Jimmy Page, than Roger Waters, than David Gilmour, than, oh my God.
Don't forget Neil Peart.
Holy shit! I actually forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh my God!
Oh,
can you tell that we're good friends?
Eagles, the Eagles are on the same level to me. They're on the same level of band as like Foreigner or
no.
You know what? They're the same level as Leonard Skinner, in my opinion.
Nah. I think
not a top 10 band of all time. They are.
I think they are. I don't know. In my opinion, I think they're better than Led Zeppelin.
Defend yourself. Give me any reason to believe.
Now, okay, Led Zeppelin, I really don't like their sound. Like, I really don't like them at all.
That is an opinion, though, sir.
I know, but it also is like the Eagles have like, I think you don't give them enough credit for how much influence they had. This band was the 70s. It really encapsulated everything the 70s were doing. And like, really like, people rallied behind the Eagles because it was very much like 70s kind of like relaxation, like basically the sexual revolution. It was huge. That's my only thing.
Everyone was a hippie band back then, though. The Eagles were one of the many huge ones. The Eagles they're a great band.
But I think you don't give them enough credit as they have. They had the same number of record sales, about the same number as Led Zeppelin.
Them to give them credit as one of the greatest bands of all time, sir.
Yeah, but dude, they have the same number of sales as Led Zeppelin. That means they're a good people like them a lot.
Fan base in their heyday to Led Zeppelin, which to me doesn't make you a better band or better quality musician, sir. Like
Okay, let me look. Let
you
me just
know
look
what
this up.
I compare the Eagles to for why I think they're similar in quality, and I brought this up to you multiple times. Foreigner. They have a
Yeah,
similar.
I don't think they're the same quality.
I
And
think
look, listen to this. They had about the same number of record sales, and the Eagles were almost around half the time. That's just. I think they have more. They got more influence. I know you can disagree with me, and a lot of people disagree with me. This is
saying that
just what I, from my
that
perspective, I think they had way more influence than people give them credit.
you're saying they influenced the hippie movement of the 70s. Literally, there were like 20 bands that did that, and the Eagles were one of the huge ones.
No, I think they
Of
did the
many.
most. I think they did the most.
That's you
That's
don't
my. That's
have
what I think.
there's no stat that measures that. That is an opinion that they did
Yeah,
the
it
most.
is an opinion. This is partially an opinion, but I think
Eagles did the
people
most.
talk about the Eagles so
I say
with so
and
much love with how much they did. Like they really were cool. And you know what? I also want to admit the lead singer Don Henley, he did a ton for like human rights stuff,
yeah.
environmental stuff. I just think what they did was very. I want to give them credit where I think they
Okay.
have, where I think they
That's
deserve it.
fantastic. You want to give them credit, and they deserve credit for being a good to great band. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're one of the best.
Better than Led Zeppelin, than Pink Floyd, saying that they are significantly better than the tier of Leonard Skinner and Foreigner and that kind of. Because think about it, how many huge, literally huge hits do the Eagles have that when you play them, anyone can?
They have a bunch.
California,
Hotel California. I think Life in the Fast Lane. Take it easy. Those are three.
three.
Yeah.
And Foreigner has Jukebox Hero, Cold as
Okay.
Ice, and obviously the one that everybody knows.
I want to love this.
Yes, exactly. That's
Hmm.
three. And outside of that, they have a lot of good songs that people appreciate. Similar
Okay.
that Eagles do, that their fans appreciate.
Okay. And
Led
for
Zeppelin
most
probably,
normal people,
I'm
yeah,
not
but
I'm
no,
sad
nah.
on this, but if you were to go to Pink Floyd, literally has 2 albums of like 20 songs that are as good as the Eagles' best song.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'd say
I get that. I get that. I get that. I get that. No,
start
for me, I
start.
think I no 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 no. Blah, 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 blah. What I want to say is that I want to focus on who like people who don't really listen to these bands. They will recognize the songs. I think Led Zeppelin has like two recognizable songs for everyone. That's "Stairway to Heaven" and "Immigrant Song."
Yes, because Led Zeppelin no Led Zeppelin isn't recognized anymore because their sound was so strange that people don't like it anymore. You don't like it. But
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin literally revolutionized hard rock.
I
They
don't think they did. I personally don't think they did.
Chuck Berry created rock and roll. The idea of hard rock, the kind of rock that you like, Led Zeppelin was the, if not one of the authors of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kashmir,
I don't like their voice. I don't like the voice. I don't know. It's just something about it just sounds like I feel like Led Zeppelin's one of those bands that either you love them or you don't like them.
I get you don't like the sound, and that is
But I
understandable.
think that's also you have to understand why I think they're not as good as people say because not everyone loves them.
I
A
get
best
you
band of
don't
all time needs to have the like all that
understand that.
consistent love. That's what I think.
I understand you don't like Led Zeppelin's sound, and a lot of people don't because it's a little screechy in
Yeah,
today's.
but that's why I think they're not the best one of the best bands of all time. They are one of the best. But I don't think they are that high up because there's so many people who don't like the sound. And that can be like a big thing. Like there's a lot of people it's very contested of whether or not people like them or not.
There's
That's
a lot
my
of people
perspective.
like if people have a real problem with country music, like if anything has even a little bit of country, they're absolutely done with it. There's a lot of people that wouldn't like the Eagles.
Yeah, but I think the Eagles have other songs that they can listen to. Like, oh, I don't like country, but you can listen to a bunch of other songs that don't really have country.
Okay, well you can do that with Led Zeppelin too. If you don't like the sound that they have in songs like Kashmir and Immigrant Song, you can go listen to All of My Love
Yeah, but
or
they all have like the same voice, the same person singing.
yeah, it's Robert Plant.
Yeah, and people don't like the sound of his voice. That's the main thing.
Oh, is
That's
that how they didn't like how they literally wrote their songs? Is it that they hate Robert's voice?
no,
Well,
a lot of people don't like it. I think his voice is kind of squeaky. I'm not a big fan of his voice.
I understand that his voice is a little shrieky,
Yeah, and
but
that's why I think
Led
a lot of people don't like it.
fine, let's go to hit songs then. Like you read, Eagles probably have 3 huge hit songs. If we
Yeah,
talk
I
about
guess.
the era we're in, how many does Led Zeppelin have? Off the top of my head, if I had to guess, I'd say it's at least 10.
Yeah, but thing is, you don't. Yeah, but thing is, you don't know how many of those Eagles songs that I didn't mention are probably hits. I was thinking of the 3 songs that I think people don't really listen to Eagles will know.
I'm gonna look this up. Eagles
Don't
songs.
look it up. We don't have to put evidence behind this. It's
Yes,
still
we do, sir.
partially an opinion. I'm not gonna change my list because you
No, you're not.
give
It's
me
not
like
taking your
numbers.
list. It's about having the discussion. This is part of the discussion. How many top 40 hits do they have? The Eagles had 18 top 40 hits. That is a lot. That is more than I thought.
Exactly.
Let's see how many Led Zeppelin had. Let's see. Top 40 hits. Where? Oh, the stat's not coming up. Led Zeppelin's biggest hit. Yeah, we know what Led Zeppelin's biggest hit was. We know what their number 1 song was. Oh, isn't this ironic? I was looking at it and a little, you know how on Google where it comes up with people also ask? It
Yeah.
came up with what is the number 1 rock song of all time, sir? You know what was number 1 on that?
Probably a shitty song.
No, sir. A song that is the consensus number 1 rock song of all time, and that is called Stairway to Heaven. That was
So I was right. I was right then. Okay, cool. I was correct.
Put it number 6. Okay, you know, we'll end this because we need to continue on this.
Yeah, okay. All right. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Foreigner. No, I'm kidding, but that's just as ludicrous as what you said. My number
Shut up.
is Queen. Obviously.
Okay.
There will be no discussion.
I'll give them credit. But I'm gonna be honest with you, we definitely do not share the same number 1.
Oh, because you have Queen at number 1.
Yes.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
Which yeah, that is a respectable choice as well. You have to.
I don't have a problem with you putting a Queen at number 1. I have no issues.
Okay, well, Queen again. You don't really need to discuss them. They're an amazing band.
They're great. It's Freddie. It's all of them. They're great.
Okay.
You're number 3, sir.
Oh, Chuck Berry.
You know what? For the influence, I won't hate it.
That's why I know he doesn't have as many big songs as the other bands, but
Yeah.
he's basically credited for creating rock and roll.
All these bands need to credit Chuck Berry a little because they're basing it off what he did. You're right.
Exactly. That's what I
You're
think they deserve it.
That's absolutely fair. I technically have Chuck Berry at number 10 with Tupac because he wasn't really a hit musician, but he literally did create this genre of music.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're not gonna be mad about the rest of my list, by the way.
I'm not going to be mad?
Nothing about the rest of the list is gonna piss you off.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Okay, who's your number 2?
Off now because my number 2 is Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Which is where they should be.
For an idiot.
Oh, sir.
I love that you're upset. It's really funny to me.
Yes, I am upset, but we're going to keep going.
All right.
Had this discussion. Led Zeppelin's one of the greatest bands of all time. Eagles probably rank around 20 to 25, but Tory has them at number 4.
Yes.
Your number 2, sir.
Number 2 is the Beatles.
Okay. Yeah. So we are our one my 1 and 3 is your 1 and 2. We just kind of swapped them a little. That's
okay.
Fine.
Okay, so
Beatles, your number 1 is Queen.
Yep.
That is fine.
I think the biggest reason I did Queen is just because all you have to see is watch one clip. You have to watch them live at Wembley Stadium. And then you can see that wow, they had it's almost enchanting to watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I have no problem with you putting Queen at 1. There is no issue for me.
Yeah, but it's like whenever you watch that show, Freddie basically controlled an entire crowd.
What's your favorite
of
Queen?
70,000 people. What?
What's your favorite Queen song?
Oh, that's like a really tough one.
Yes, that's why I asked it.
Let me now to think about this. I have a bunch of them that I like. I think my favorite one is probably Hammer to Fall.
Oh, another deep cut choice.
Yeah, I like the sound. It's really good. They harmonize really well in that song. Oh, it's good. I also like Somebody to Love.
Oh, I love that song.
Another great one. Don't Stop Me Now. Great one.
Tor, I don't mean to make us both sound like losers, but I think we both empathize with that song.
Yeah. No.
But anyway.
Okay. What's your favorite Queen song?
My favorite Queen song is You list Somebody to Love is definitely in my top 3.
Mm.
But number 1 for me, I love it because it's good, and I also love it because I can't say it on here since it's being posted on YouTube. But the meaning of this song is very funny to me, and that is "Don't Stop Me Now." Go
You can
listen to.
say it. We're not gonna get that. It's not that bad.
No, I don't want to say it out loud because, like I said, there are children listening to this, and we
That's
don't.
true. That is
Use,
very true. But
we
it's
don't
it's 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 something that Freddie does that did a lot.
yes, it's
Yes.
something that Freddie engaged in on a rather often basis, I assume.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you're saying about that, but the song's really good too.
You know what's I know. Okay, I just want to have a side note. Okay, so I saw something comparing these two movies. It was Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man, the two movies,
Yeah.
right?
I kind of hated Rocket Man.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it either, but
It-
it kind of goes off of that.
oh my God! Neither of us put Elton in the top 10.
I don't think he's in the top 10, honestly.
I think you can put him at the back end of the top 10.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's in the top 20, but I don't really consider. I don't think he'd be in the top 10.
But yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but people were comparing the movies because I'll be honest with you, I know I personally like Bohemian Rhapsody more than Rocket Man.
Yeah, I think most people do. I
But I
don't
think a
think
lot of people, a
great
lot
film.
of the I know this is gonna sound really bizarre, but I think the LGBTQ community liked Rocket Man more.
Why do you think that, sir?
And I saw Reddit. I was reading this article saying that they did it better showing how gay Elton John was because they didn't show Freddie's gayness enough. And what I say to that is, do these people realize that Freddie and Elton had two very different levels of flamboyancy,
I can't
right?
speak. I don't know, but maybe you've done research on that.
My parents have told me that because when they were
Oh,
younger, they know about when Freddie was like big and stuff.
I do know
Freddie was
Elton.
gay. Freddie was very openly gay. But
Yeah,
have you seen the shit Elton wore at some of his
yeah.
concerts?
Literally wore like uh a freaking unitard with like wings and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah,
exactly. And you know what? I'll give him credit. Good for him. That's fantastic.
absolutely.
He had he had he had
Man,
the balls to do that. I'm like,
I
I totally respect him for that. But people need to understand that he was a lot more flamboyant than Freddie. So Freddie wasn't as and what I noticed the difference between is that Freddie more struggled with his gayness and like trying to figure out himself, right?
right.
While Elton seemed to be like, I'm gay, all right, fuck it. I'm gay. Cool.
I mean,
Like
didn't they show Elton having a struggle in his life? I very vaguely remember.
he did, but I mean like he kind of like accepted it a lot quicker
Yeah,
that he's
fair.
gay.
Anywho, we need to move on to the next topic, and that is current music, 2000 and post. I know a lot of people listening to this probably had no idea what we were talking about for the first like 50 minutes of this. Now we're going to talk about what you do know. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about musicians post 2000 that we like. I'm going to give Mr.
Okay.
Provenzano the floor.
Okay. Well, let me just discuss the two different opinions about this. Now, we like more older music, so we're not as big into the newer stuff.
But we
But
do.
the only thing is that Zach has a little bit of interest in some of the newer stuff, just a little bit, some stuff he likes.
I do.
For me, I'm a little more open to it. I kind of like it because now Zach's gonna hate this because I know this is a song he thinks is mid tier, and that is "Mr. Brightside" by the Killers, and it's a great song and it deserves more credit. Let's
I
do
didn't even
it.
hear what you said, but I know you mentioned that Coldplay song, sir. It's not good.
No, it was the Killers.
Oh, what song did you mention then?
"Mr. Brightside"
Oh, yes, I also think that song isn't very good.
and "Viva La Vida" by Coldplay.
Yeah, that's
But
what I thought you were gonna say.
I mean that one's great too. That one's a great song too.
I can't agree.
Zach only likes "Sad Lady."
Okay, Adele is amazing. Don't call her sad lady.
Sad Lady.
Adele is. You need to appreciate Adele more, sir.
Sad
Adele.
Lady.
I should have put Adele in my top 10. Honestly,
Ew, why? That would have. I would hate you for that. I actually would have hated you for that.
If we made a top 20 like we were originally gonna do, I think I would have put Adele in there. Her
Ew.
generational, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it is.
I don't like Adele at all.
Why not?
I don't like her. She's a sad lady.
Who cares if it's sad lady, sir?
Depression lady, sad.
All her emotion through her voice. Adele is amazing.
Oh my god.
Her voice is everything, man. Absolutely everything. Honestly, I think Adele probably has the greatest voice I've ever heard, and Wilson is close though for Hart. I just
Yeah,
don't
I
put
don't know.
top 10. I didn't put Hart or and Wilson. They should have been there too. I should have had 20 different people in my top 10. But yeah. Oh, sir, are you there?
Yeah, I was checking something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just like some 2000s music. I just don't like Adele that much.
And that's sinful.
I like Ed Sheeran,
Ooh, red hair boy. Not
Red
bad.
Hair Boy. Yeah, I agree.
I can appreciate that.
He's not bad. I'm trying to think if there's like a is there one is Adele the only really new musician you like?
No, I like Olivia Rodrigo, who's very new, but I love her music very
She's not
well.
bad. I like her music.
I
I kind of like Imagine Dragons. I think they're
do.
pretty good.
Jared likes Imagine Dragons too. I don't hear it. I'm just not.
I think it's pretty cool. But you know who I love Screamo.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah, but I mean he's not that into it. He just likes metal.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I feel metal. I just can't do it.
Okay,
Metal
you know what? I am actually gonna really piss some people off right now.
weekend.
There's a band that it's not. This isn't really that new. It's actually not that new of a band.
Mm.
But there's a band that I really don't like. That like none of their music really I enjoy remotely, and that's Nirvana.
You know what, sir? I agree with you.
I think yeah, people love them, but I don't like them at all. I think they're just kind of like yeah, all right.
Cobain.
People are like
Man,
oh like
that
smells like
man
Teen
has
Spirit is
struggled
great.
and
It's
he's
like
a fine musician, but I just don't love his music.
yeah, it's just like that's it. Okay. No, okay, the only now I'm gonna really now this is another weird thing that kind of is about me. The only song that I think is close to that is I absolutely love one song by Linkin Park and one song by My Chemical Romance.
Oh, my cousin loves My Chemical Romance.
Now, okay, it's Teenagers. I don't know if you know that one.
No, I don't.
It just has like it's really punchy. I just really like the sound of it. And the
What do you
song
mean?
by it's like it's very like bassy. Like
Oh, okay. Okay.
I really like it. And the one by the one by Linkin Park, I think it's called
Forgot the
what's it
name.
called? Yeah, I know. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but it's kind of like it's very it's kind of screamo-ish, but I mean, I kind of something about it.
Anything
Again,
screamo or metally, I just can't really get with. That's why I don't really love rock.
it's Faint by Linkin Park.
Okay.
And and again, I'm gonna tell you why the reason I like this song.
Tell me, sir.
When I was in 6th grade, I
Okay.
was obsessed with Stargate,
Like the movie?
the TV show mostly.
Oh.
And
Okay.
one of the villains of the TV show is Anubis, and he's like the most powerful villain in the show, and he's super intimidating. And there is this one compilation video of compilation moments of Anubis, and it had that song but slowed down, and it sounded
Seriously?
cool. And I was like, "This is a good song."
I mean, if we're talking about songs that for like theme songs and whatnot, my top 10, my top 5 would have included like the Drake and Josh theme. I would have included.
Red Swan,
What else would I have included?
Red Swan,
Yes.
like a fallen angel.
I don't even know it because he doesn't sound very coherent, but it's a good song.
You don't know because it's Japanese.
Yeah. Okay, no, I can't do that. I can't do that.
I actually know the chorus of that song perfectly.
Stop. That sounded so racist.
What do you mean?
Because I was just making noise.
Yeah, that was racist. I was actually singing the Japanese words. I thought you're making a noise.
Should we cut that out?
No, we're leaving
No,
it in.
let's leave it. We'll leave this in here too.
I mean, just say you were not trying to be racist.
Okay.
Just say
I
that.
wasn't trying to be racist. I'm sorry.
That was not his intention. He was trying to sing the song because it's an amazing song. Again, listen to that song.
Yes, it is good. It is good.
It's really good. Even if you think anime is a evil virus of Satan, listen to it.
You know, another thing I will say is,
Yeah.
as much as I dislike rap, Gold Digger by Kanye is freaking awesome. I can totally jam to it.
There's only really one rap song that I really I only really like Eminem.
I
Like, I
can
really like his
also
rap.
jam to Candy Shop by the Mr. 50 Cent. Kind of like
Okay.
50 Cent. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate rap as much as I say. There are some rap songs I do like.
I think you don't like mumble rap.
Yes, exactly. I don't like
I
mumble
hate
rap.
mumble rap so much.
The one where it's like, and then just some singer like,
Gucci gang, 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 Gucci
oh,
gang.
God. No,
My
go
bitch
away.
love do cocaine.
Ugh, yeah.
I
It's a bit.
can't tie my shoe, man.
Is that the line?
No, I can't read. It's too hard.
Wait, so the whole song just about not being able to do things?
No, I just made that up. I just think it's funny.
I know, but are we gonna make up a whole song where it's just not being able to do things?
I don't know how to pee, man.
I
It just
I
goes in my
can't swim
pants,
at
man.
all, man.
I forgot how to breathe, man. Help. All
Oh, that's great.
right, well, we had a very nice, friendly discussion today.
I wouldn't call it friendly, but we had a discussion for sure, and it
Yes,
was a fun
exactly.
one.
We are friends and had a discussion. That's like the best
Yes,
way to
we came
describe it.
here, we had a discussion. I had a good time yelling at Tory for consistently overrating the Eagles, but it is part of his personality.
All right, yep, for sure. Oh, and also next episode we're kind of gonna talk about whatever we feel like talking about. We just wanted to do a couple themed episodes just to kind of get into the into the groove with it. Figure out
Yes,
what we want to talk about.
we're gonna have some guests on soon to do a couple games and
Absolutely.
whatnot.
Any people we're friends with just to talk. We're gonna do some games. We're gonna do some we're not only gonna do podcasts. We're gonna do some fun stuff too.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
We're gonna do
absolutely.
some very fun stuff. I'm hoping to at some point not to have it not just audio and actually have cameras so we can see our beautiful faces.
Ooh,
And we can do some board games or card games and just have some very unique and have a podcast where we're playing cards. That'd be really cool.
yes, but it's going to be a very entertaining card game. Don't worry, we're not just gonna play cards in silence. We will still.
We're probably gonna play
Yep.
poker too. That'll be fun.
Oh, yes, it absolutely will be. We
The
get
thing is,
camera.
when we play cards, it is a shit show.
Oh, it is. It is. There's a
It's an
lot of
absolute shit
throwing
show.
things. There's some yelling at people. It's fun.
There's a lot of me annoying Zach.
Yes, but that's how we
Remember,
always are. And
remember
that's
when
why
I
we do the
kept
podcast because we're awesome.
yeah. Remember that one time we played 7-Up and I kept hitting you with
Okay,
my
sir,
card?
this conclusion's going way too long. Thank
Yeah,
you,
no.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. We will see you in the next episode when we talk about random shit.
Yes.
All right. Have a good night, everyone, or day, depending on when you listen to this.
Indeedy.
Au
Indeedy
revoir.
diabetes.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Okay, I gotta do the type in
Okay,
the.
you can edit that in. So, okay, I think we're good. So you
The
can take out
podcast
whatever
it's still
you think.
recording, Zach. It's still recording.
Okay, we'll just take this out then.